Good evening, good evening, StreamYard and YouTube fans. This is Philip Reynolds, and I'm back. And like I said, um, I really like the I wanted to talk about kind of Central City League Season Two. I think one of the good things that they've come up with is the locker room check for games in that. Uh, and it says, I'm gonna have to flip it around here. Uh, it says, um, you in this Central Cities League Season Two. It says, uh, team stamina is reduced by two. Team stamina reduced. That's for a roll of one. For a roll of two, team stamina is reduced by one. 3 to 5 is normal ratings, is carded, and 6 is considered in the groove, and increase control by one. And I was thinking about it and that, and I really like it. And I thought to myself, wow, that's really nice. You could do something like that with Dice United. And so I started playing around with it, and I actually came up with some I came up with locker room checks for Dice United. And you'll notice mine is 10. So you'd be using a 10-sided dice. And then after I did this, created it for Dice United, I went back and there were some things I thought, I thought, I thought maybe you could modify what Gary had and add some things to it, uh, basically. Uh, and what I did is I took his locker room check 6, and my modifications are based off of that. Um, and I did a 10-sided dice, stamina -2 to start, for a roll of 1. For a roll of 2, stamina is -1. For 3, it's -2 to control, and -1. 4 is -1 to control. Uh, uh, for a 5, your defense is -2, and for a 6, your defense is -1. At 7, you got aggression -2. 8, you have aggression -1. 9, you have your power play rating at a -1. And for a 0, you get your penalty kill as a -1. That's to start off. And then what I would also institute is the idea of, uh, he has them like in his rules, it's like, you do that check for the game. Well, I thought, well, what about the idea of rechecking those locker room stats during like the intermissions? So in hockey, you would have your first period intermission. Well, you'd have your game starting check. You had your first period intermission check, and then you'd have your second period intermission check. And for the second period intermission, uh, I changed it a little bit where stamina plus 2 is your first roll, stamina plus 1 is your second dice roll, control plus 2 is your third, control plus 1 is your fourth. Uh, for 5, you got a defense plus 2. For 6, you got a defense plus 1. For 7, you got aggression plus 1, and then aggression minus 1. And then for 9, you got your power play at plus 1, and your penalty kill for a plus 1. Uh, so a little bit different. And yeah, that's kind of what I came up with for Stone Cold Hockey in that. And Gary did send me a message, and I need to take a look at it. Now, I can't remember if it's. Oh, he sent me an email with regards to my idea. He said it was, let me find it here because I want to read his words exact. He said it's good that you have both pluses and minuses for balance. My concern on this one is that teams will only use their base rating 20% of the time. On the upside, if you want a league that is more unpredictable, this will help. So those were his thoughts and his concerns with my idea. And then the other thing that I thought of based off of this would be the idea that this locker room check would only work for the second half of the season. So basically, you'd play the schedule through front and back normal, and then the second half of the season you would institute the locker room checks, and that would help hopefully balance out the his concerns in that. At least that's what I was thinking and kind of hoping. So and for Dice United, what I did is attack for your first roll. Your one would be attack plus 1. Roll 2 would be minus 1 for attack. Roll 3 would be plus 1 for defense. A roll of 4 would be minus 1 for defense. Roll of 5 would be plus 1 for keeper. The sixth roll would be a minus 1 for keeper. 7 would be a plus 1 for aggression. 8 would be a minus 1 for aggression. And then 9 would be plus 1 for control, and 0 would be a -1 for control. The thing being is that I think, like, for keeper ratings for your goalies, I think 13 is the highest, so you couldn't go above 13, and you couldn't go below 1, uh, you know, because 1 is, like, the lowest you can get, and that's the same with regards to the idea of stamina, for Stone Cold Hockey. You can't go above 10 and you can't go below 1 for stamina. And that's just after uh, after I saw that, I really liked the idea of the locker room check, and I just decided to tweak it a little bit. And when I play it, that's when I play the Stone Cold Hockey Season 2. That's what I'll do, and uh, when I play the Dice United, because I do finally have the 2022 set. I'll do the same thing where half the season will be, there'll be a basic, uh, there'll be a basic, there'll be a basic locker room check using the 1 to 6 die, uh, and probably uh, it'll be attack, defense, and yeah, I'll probably do attack, defense, attack, defense, and keeper. And 4 and 5 will be your nothing happens, and 6 will be control goes up by 1. So it'll be it would be something like that. But yeah, I want to what I want to do is basically use my locker room checks for both uh, Dice United and Stone Cold Hockey, but I want to do half the season normal or basic locker room checks, and then the second half of the season my modified, and see what what happens. See what kind of differences there are, and that will do it for this episode. And good luck to my YRL compatriots. And there is one other thing we could do for Chris. If he doesn't want to walk it out, we could always ask Sean if his tricycle's available. Then you know he gets like 2 rolls, one halfway through the race and one at the end of the race. But still, same caveat: no pedal to the metal. But just kidding with those ideas. But I do want to wish everybody that's in the chase well and good luck. And Dwayne, the idea of having us on and chatting about the final race would be a good idea. So think about it. And guys, you have a good one. And until next time, this one's a wrap.